Hi everyone, welcome back. My name's Tisdale. I'm a part-time reseller on places like eBay and Poshmark, and today, of course, is What's Sold Wednesday. The dates that I'll be going over this week are Monday, May 22nd through Sunday, May 28th. And this week I sold 19 units, which is great, and I haven't done that in so long. And 11 of those were from eBay and 8 were from Poshmark. And there was a reason for the uptick, which I'll kind of go over a little bit later after I go through what has sold. Spoiler alert, it really isn't anything dramatic. It was honestly something that I wasn't doing on my part, which was kind of dumb and silly, and I got mad at myself. Was like, what is wrong with you? Anyways, we'll go over that after we go over the sales. But for now, let's go ahead and get started. Starting off on Monday, May 22nd, I had a 0 sales day, which is completely fine because we make up for that later. So moving on to Tuesday, May 23rd, sales started to pick up and I had 3 sales on Poshmark and 1 on eBay. The one sale that I had on eBay was this Pendleton button-up. It was 100% virgin wool, I believe, and it was this really pretty teal blue color. The pictures honestly didn't do it justice. It's probably one of my favorite color blues. And so I hope whoever got this was even more excited when they opened it up. It was obviously a men's, but it was in like pristine condition and just a really beautiful piece. And this piece only took 2 months to sell, which Pendleton can be kind of hit or miss. I feel like men's definitely sells a lot quicker for me. I think I have a plaid wool Pendleton skirt that I've had for quite some time, and I think it's new with tag, and it still is listed right now, but again, this one only took 2 months to sell. I picked it up for $6.96 and it sold for $59.55. Then on Poshmark, the first thing that sold was this Tory Burch black tunic top. It was really pretty, great condition, and I only had it for 3 months. I've actually been finding a lot of Tory Burch lately, so time will tell if that is because it's not as sought after anymore or if I'm just getting lucky. I don't know if you've noticed that with other brands, but once you kind of start finding more of them out in the wild, they're not as sought after anymore. So that happened with me with Madewell, where I never found Madewell. Maybe every once in a while I would find it, and then all of a sudden I find it all the time, but it's no longer as sought after as it used to be. So be careful when you start noticing things like that. For me, Tory Burch is yet to be discovered if that's the case. I will still continue to pick it up if it's for a good price. This piece sold within 3 months. I picked it up for only $10.79 and it sold for $50. And I guess a side note for this is I believe it was 100% silk, which is why it sold for $50. If you pick up just a normal Tory Burch shirt and it's not silk or, a high-end fabric, it probably won't sell for as much. So definitely check your comps. The next item that sold for me was this NBD pink halter top. NBD is a brand that is sold at Revolve, and it's been kind of hit or miss for me lately. This one was a really pretty color and great for the season coming up, spring, summertime. So I'm not surprised that it sold, but there are some other NBD dresses that I've had and have had for quite some time that haven't really had much interest on them or haven't sold yet. This one did only take 4 months to sell. I picked it up for $8.12 and it sold for $59. The last item that sold for me on Tuesday was this Zaya black skirt. And Zaya is a brand that I feel like I saw other resellers selling pretty well. Maybe I jumped on the bandwagon a little late, but Zaya hasn't been selling for me that well, not from what I've seen from other people. So how's it doing for you? Do you pick up Zaya? Did I miss kind of the bandwagon as far as when it was selling good and maybe it's just not anymore? Let me know, because for me, I'm not sure I'm really going to pick it up anymore. Maybe I'll check comps or depending on the price of it, but it's just not a brand that has really performed very well for me. This black skirt took 4 months to sell, which really isn't too bad considering the rest of my Zaya pieces have just been sitting. I did pick it up for $5.23 and it sold for $24. Then on Wednesday, May 24th, it was another 0 sales day. However, on Thursday, May 25th, I did have 2 sales and they were both on eBay. First item that sold were these current Elliott jeans. They were like a moto denim style. And the only reason I picked these up were for personal use. I honestly wasn't even sure if I should list them, if they would resell for much. But I thought, why not? Let's throw them up for a couple months before we, donate them back. But these are ones that I had bought secondhand for myself because for Halloween this past year, I dressed up with my daughter. She was Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph, and I dressed up as Shank, and then her dad dressed up as Wreck-It Ralph. And so I just figured all the pieces that I bought for that outfit, I would just try to resell. And I think the leather jacket, it was like a Topshop like faux leather jacket, I think that already sold. And then these did only take 4 months to sell, which is not bad. Again, I didn't even know if they would sell at all. I did pay up for them again because they were kind of for personal use. So I paid $22.53, which I would never do if they weren't for myself. I would never just buy that to flip for really any current Elliott style. But they did sell for $35.80, so I at least recouped my money and a little extra, so not too bad. It ends up kind of negating any costs for the Halloween costume. The last item that sold on this day was this Who What Wear blue chambray dress. Who What Wear, I'm sure you know, is a Target brand, and this one was actually new with tag, and the style was super cute, which is why I picked it up. I only had it for 5 months, so not too bad. I paid $7.31 for it. It sold for $31.40. Who What Wear is a brand that I will pick up sometimes, just depending on the style and the condition. This one being, less than $10 and new with tag, and this really good quality kind of denim chambray material. I couldn't pass that up, and it sold pretty fast, so not mad at this sale at all. And then moving on to Friday, May 26th, I had 2 sales again. One was on eBay and one was on Poshmark. The first was this ADI Smart Home Key Fob, which I think I've had in previous What Sold Wednesday videos. This is an item that I bought in bulk probably about 1.5 to 2 years ago. And I really wasn't sure what I was buying, but they were at a decent price, and the comps that I did see were pretty well. And they just kind of trickled, slowly sold throughout the year, or 1.5 years, however long I've had them. And they've been just pretty consistent, and I'm starting to run out, which makes me sad because they sell usually at $89.99 to $99.99 a piece. So I will be sad to see them go when they do. And this order was just for one, and I did pay $2.14 per unit, and this one sold for $89.99. The item that sold for me on Poshmark was this Mario Badescu, I'm not really sure how to say it, body lotion. I guess this is kind of a popular brand of lotion that's a little bit more high end. I had never heard about it, but when I bought kind of a lot of air fresheners, this was randomly in it, and it was still brand new in the bottle. So I was like, let's look it up, and comps look pretty good, so I threw it up on Poshmark and eBay. And this one only took 3 months to sell, so not too bad of a turn at all. And once I lotted out the air fresheners and everything that came in the box, I only ended up paying $1.67 for it, and it sold for $16. On to Saturday, May 27th, I had 3 sales, and 1 was on eBay and 2 were on Poshmark. The item that sold for me on eBay was, once again, these ADI Smart Home Key Fobs. This was actually an order of 2, which is fantastic. And again, I only paid $2.14 per unit, so the total was only $4.28. And like the other one as well, this one sold for $89.99 per unit, so the total sale was $179.98. Again, I'm going to be very sad whenever these fully sell out. I think I only have about 5 or 6 left. The first item to sell for me on Poshmark were these Abercrombie kind of beige and white bangle stripe pants. Super cute. Again, great for the season. They feel very spring and feel almost like a perfect pair of pants to like walk on the beach with. However, they did take a little over a year to sell, so not ideal. But these are ones that, again, I was contemplating keeping myself, but I don't believe that they would have fit. I did only pick them up for $3, and they sold for $29. The last item that sold was this Tommy Bahama silk button-up shirt. This one was really pretty. I don't usually pick up Tommy Bahama anymore unless it is really unique or it has, you know, a style that draws my eye, and I'll look it up and see if it's going to sell for a lot. But this one didn't stick out too much, but I thought the pattern was really pretty and that someone was really going to enjoy it. And the lady, I believe I bought it at a yard sale, only wanted $1 for it, so I thought, why not? Let's try it. So it did take 7 months to sell, which is fine because it's now kind of becoming the season that is more for the Tommy Bahama shirts versus the fall and winter time. Again, I only paid $1 for it, and it sold for $25. And then moving on to Sunday, May 28th. This was the day, I'm not sure if it was Saturday or Sunday, but this is around the time that I was just, you know, doing my usual things as far as marking down items on eBay. And then I saw the offers to likers button.
Offers to likers button.
And it was like a slap in the face. So guys, I had not been sending offers to likers in months. And you've heard like my previous What Sold Wednesday videos, sales haven't been that great, which I just assumed, and maybe it is, but I assumed it was because I haven't been putting a lot of effort in. I haven't been listing new items and things like that. And then also with the economy, I didn't know if that was a factor. But you guys, I had not been sending offers to likers on eBay at all. I don't know why. It was a daily thing I did, and I just stopped all of a sudden, and I'm not sure why. And I'm a bit angry at myself because who knows how many sales I've missed out on because of it. So as you'll see on Sunday, I had quite a bit of sales, and I guess it's yet to be determined if this is the reason, but I am very highly suspicious it is because I have not been sending offers to likers, at least partially. So stay tuned to next week to see if that's the reason, but I don't know why I wasn't doing it. If you're not sending offers to likers, it's a big mistake in my opinion. Like eBay likes that, the algorithm likes that, and also customers just like, you know, getting that little bit of extra discount, and it also allows them to counter if they want. But this was a very big key thing, I believe, that's been affecting my business. So my bad. We'll see in the future if it makes much of a difference, but I will definitely start making sure I'm doing that at least daily. So again, on Sunday, May 28th, I had 7 sales. 5 were from eBay and 2 were from Poshmark. The first item to sell was this Eileen Fisher wool coat. It was a very beautiful coat. I've had it for a bit, so a little under a year, not too bad. I was actually starting to get worried it wasn't going to sell during this winter season. I really didn't want to carry it for another year, so glad that it sold. I did pay up for this a bit. I paid $35.95, but it did sell for $85.60. The next item that sold on eBay were these Frame Alley high-rise cigarette jeans. I have had these for a year, and Frame, as I'm sure you all are aware, is a brand that is not selling as fast or for as much as it used to, similar to Madewell. Again, I will still pick it up as long as there's not any rippling in the crotch area, which this brand is super known for, and if it's at a good price. So these I did pick up for $8.99, which isn't too bad. I probably would still pick them up at this price again, especially just depending on the style. And these in the past probably would have sold for like $60. However, these only sold for $38.89. The next item is this Free People Beach mauve purple maxi dress. I've had this dress for about 14 months. Usually Free People Beach tends to sell a lot quicker for me than regular Free People, but this one has sat for quite some time. I paid $6.29 for it, and it sold for $25.65. Next are these Prana Pants. Prana is a brand that I'm starting to be very picky with what I pick up. Generally, I will not pick up jeans anymore. However, I will say I think I picked up some not too long ago, but they were new with tags and a good price. So that's the only reason I picked them up. But generally, I will not pick them up anymore just because they don't sell for as much. It's just a brand that I definitely will be checking comps on a lot going forward and being very particular with what I'm picking up. These did take 8 months to sell, which is not ideal, but honestly for Prana and what I've seen in their pants and jeans, for me, it's not that bad. I paid $6.02 and they sold for $25.57. And then the final item that sold for me on eBay was this banjol, I think is how it's pronounced, skirt. It was a neon pink skirt, and I believe this brand is sold on Doll's Kill. It's very like rave vibes, as I'm sure you can see. And I had a green one that sold not too long ago. I thought they would sell a lot faster. However, they have taken quite some time. Like I said, the green one sold not too long ago, a couple weeks probably. And then this one just sold, so it took about 15 months, which I honestly thought they would go a lot quicker. However, I only did pay $2.30 and it sold for $21.94. And the first item that sold for me on Poshmark on Sunday were these Good American leopard print jeans. I actually wasn't sure how these were gonna do, just because I feel like Good American jeans don't sell as well as they used to. And then this one being more specific to this leopard print, I was even more unsure, but I thought we'd give it a try, and I was not disappointed. It sold in less than 4 months. However, I did pick it up for $9.24, which for me feels a bit high, and I probably would not pay that much for them again. However, they sold very fast, so if I could have gotten them for $5, I would have been much more happy with that, especially considering they only sold for $27. And then the last item that sold this week was this Hey Hey military green utility jacket. It had like a little like frilly in the back, which was really unique. It reminded me of a Free People jacket that tends to do really well. And Hey Hey I usually pick up, but it's pants that I always find. I don't know if I've found a jacket before. And the pants, while they still sell, don't usually sell for near as fast. This jacket only took 2 months to sell. I picked it up for $8.12 and it sold for $34. My total sales this past week was $858.37, which is fantastic, especially considering the past couple weeks where we were in like the $200. So I'm feeling really optimistic and hopeful that it will increase, especially now that I will be sending offers to Lakers again. I don't know what was wrong with me. Anyways, after fees and cost of goods are taken out, I had a total profit of $501.13. So that wraps up sales for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope your sales are doing great, and I hope you're sending offers to Lakers on eBay and on Poshmark, and I will see you next time.